So that's why it's not a big deal.
Shalom, first and foremost.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive.
I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson for September 26, 2022 at 9:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this is a news article from the Associated Press and published by Damian J. Truss and Alex Viegra, if I pronounced the name right. And the highlight of this news article, it reads, says stocks fall as recession fears. The Dow Jones slipped into a bear market. And it says the Dow Jones Industrial Average became the last of the major U.S. stock index to fall in what's known as a bear market Monday, as the market depends on its slump, amending growth fears of a global recession. The blue chip index fell 1.1%, while the S&P 500 closed 1% lower, and the NASDAQ dropped 0.6% as the index extended their losing streak for the their losing streak to a fifth day. The British pound dropped to an all-time low against the dollar, and investors continues to dump British government bonds in displeasure of a sweeping tax cut plan announced in London last week. They said markets in Europe closed mostly low. The head of the European Central Bank warns that the economy outlook is darkened. And wow, the Wadi Habashmel, as I've been mentioning that in my previous videos in regards to the markets, the financial Wall Street markets and stuff like that. I kept on repeating and saying that every time the markets react to what's going on globally, economically, or people that makes certain announcements in regards to the economy, on a global scale, the stocks and bonds, it reacts to what's going on economically, globally, what plans that's going to be announced. And a lot of times the stocks and markets, they react to that as that reaction came. So the stocks over there in London crashed as well too, as over here as the United States as well as too, So the stocks and market reacts to what's going on and what's being announced, It says markets in Europe closed mostly low. The head of the European Central Bank warned that the economic outlook is darkened as a high energy and food prices, right? Just like about a month ago, I believe, close to about 2 months, but mostly like a month and a half ago, I did a video of, the inflation rate and the consumer prices reached at an all-time high over there in the UK, in one place over there in Denmark as well too. I believe the inflation was like 10.5%. So yeah, you've been seeing these things increasingly, high gas prices, high inflation throughout the roof, consumer spendings now higher now more than ever, And it says the central bank warns that the economic outlook is darkening as the high energy and food prices pushed by the war in Ukraine. The sap consumer spending power, France, the EU, second biggest economy, forecast substantial slowdown in economic growth next year. And the U.S. stocks index has been losing ground, coming off a fifth week loss in 6 weeks. So, Slovakia. So yeah, that shows you more continuing growing signs of modern day Babylon is falling. You know, like the scripture says in the book of Revelation, Babylon is falling, and it's falling, and which it is, definitely on an economic scale, an increase on an economic scale, because you're seeing the stocks market, like fifth straight, the fifth straight day on losing streak, from all the way from last week all the way to this new week coming up on Monday, as I believe the Dow Jones was like negative 323, as they continue of fear of a recession, as the feds of Wall Street continue to raise the interest rate hikes, of a fearing of a continual increase of inflation, as they continue to discuss and find ways to ease the inflation, even if it costs the economy to be in recession and the economy continues to decline. You know, so that shows you more increase of modern day Babylon is falling on the economic scale, and I wouldn't be surprised this trend continues. So with that, I just want to bring out this little quick sit down lesson in regards to the stocks and market have crashed, especially over there in the UK as well too. So that shows you more signs of modern day Babylon is falling. Okay. 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 I'll be in there in a minute. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And before I close out the sit down lesson on September 26, 2022, on this Monday night, 9:16 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that shows you another clear example that modern day Babylon is falling as the stocks continues to drop, and the trend might continue. So with that, I will say shalom and a ball.